Welcome back to a brand new video. This video is tips for beginners part 2. The first tip I have, which will show in my last video, which I highly recommend, is to get Scratch add-ons. It's really not hard. All you need to do is to go into the Chrome web store and then just search up Scratch add-ons. Then all you need to do is install it, and it's automatically in your browser. Second thing I recommend is, if you are in a roadblock, watch YouTube videos. Or just read those old manuals, or literally there is tutorials on here. There is tutorials on here, and there's tutorials. Let's see, what will you create a tutorial? Like there's an anime tutorial and a music tutorial. I don't really. These are really for like if you're really brand new and know nothing about it. If you want to make really intense games, I recommend going on YouTube, searching GriffPad, or me, or anybody else. I highly recommend it. It's really easy. Second thing you want to do is, if you want to get inspiration, all you need to do is to go into the Explore section and get games. Any game that you want, any game that you think it's fun, you can make. Let's say I want to make this obstacle course game. It's a really fun game. Let's say I want to do the obstacle course game, and I want to make this the same thing about it. Okay. Now, I don't recommend stealing code, because stealing code is kind of, it's bad, and it's not. You won't learn by it. But of course, you won't learn by stealing code. But if you do want to get sprites, like if say I want to get a sprite from right here, put them in my backpack. It's very simple to do that. Don't copy code. Tip number 4, don't be scared to fail. As you see right here, I have 122 unshared projects. These are either projects I forgot about or projects I just left. I quit. I failed. But of course, with failure comes success. Even though I have 122 unshared projects, I have 17 published projects. And even though some of these I might think are horrible, I do like them, and they are very good to me. When you're at a certain point where you learn everything, sometimes you learn nothing. Like, I have learned so much things that I don't know anything. I forget what I learn. I take long breaks, and sometimes I just forget. This tip is, don't forget. Sometimes you need to take a break, and break is fine. Sometimes it can be months, sometimes it can be years. But you need to always remember that breaks are not forever, temporary. And of course, when you come back, you may not learn it, and it may seem like I failed. But of course, you have not failed. You've just grown more, and you're growing and you're changing. That's nothing to be scared about. Tip number 6. This tip is, read. Of course, even if you've been scratching for a long time, like I have, sometimes you still need to read. And even in the operator section, you have to do all this math and stuff, and it's sometimes really complicated, but sometimes really easy, like in the variables list and the block list. I have never really used this block list unless I watch a tutorial. I mostly only use variables and, other things. I also rarely ever use the operators, because sometimes it's just useless. But of course, we're going to have to use everything at once eventually. Now, reading is very simple. When green flag clicked, I should move 10 steps, and I should turn 15 degrees. Sometimes, if you put a forever loop in that, should move 10 steps, but then it just goes on forever. That's also something, as you need to realize what you're doing to your code, because if you put a forever loop in something that's not supposed to be forever, it could ruin up your entire code. Tip number 7. Sometimes when you're very famous, or if you have the most code ever, or if you're very popular on Scratch, people will steal your code and steal everything that you have. It's fine. My final tip. If you are struggling after all these things, I recommend that, you should email or text or contact some of the creators online. I have emailed and contacted some of the creators online, and they have actually helped me a lot. Of course, making this channel was not only supposed to help you guys, but to help me, because we're also learning, and I'm teaching you guys. Okay, bye guys. I'll see you next time. Never stop scratching.